So the original Idaho Humane Society was formed in Boise in the late 1890s, and then the current Idaho Humane Society was formed after 3 women who protested against the inhumane conditions that exist at the Boise City Pound in June of 1941. And these 3 women took a local Idaho reporter to investigate the pound, and they confronted the mayor with demands to improve the shelter. And with all the public attention, the mayor was forced to assure people that it would be fixed and that the pound would be properly funded. And this is when the Idaho Humane Society took over running the shelter, and as you can see, it's become really successful. And in 1945, it was officially the Idaho Humane Society. As earlier talked about, the mission is to advocate for welfare and responsible care of animals, promote them from neglect and cruelty, and promote humane awareness and compassion for all living creatures. And no animal is ever turned away from the Idaho Humane Society. Some basic core values are there to prevent cruelty, provide the highest level of animal and client care, to adapt to new challenges, and to educate people about humane treatment of their animals. And in 2011, the Idaho Humane Society received 13,197 lost and surrendered pets. They adopted out 7,091 animals, and they reunited 1,555 lost pets with owners. And the adoption rate is pretty good for dogs. It's about 97.5%, and for cats, it's 73.6%. And then the budget. The Idaho Humane Society relies on donations to meet $4 million. They spend about $10,000 a day on animal care, and that's including $4,356 on vet services. And last year, the gas, electricity, water, and sewer cost about $107,525. And then, according to the Humane Society, after everything that they do for the community, Idaho is still the 2nd worst state in the nation for the strength of animal protection laws, so obviously they still need our help.
Okay, I'm going to be explaining IDAPI. So, at the Humane Society, there are a lot of different organizations you can volunteer at, like the Rescue Ranch, Pet Food Pantry, Angel Care, and more. But we decided to focus on IDAPI. And so, according to Dee Fugit, who is like one of the main people in charge of it, there's over 2 million people that are incarcerated and 5 million dogs that are put in animal shelters each year. And so why not pair the two and create a positive outcome? Their mission is to pair dogs put in animal shelters that need help with after completion with IDAPI, because behavior problems in dogs is the #1 reason that they are placed in animal shelters. Next, it's beneficial for the inmates because they are taught responsibility, patience, tolerance, and empathy. And it also helps them to feel what it's like to give back to the community. And some inmates actually decided that they wanted to give back to IDAPI, so they started creating drawings for pet owners with either just the dog or them in it too, and that's a picture of one of them, and all the proceeds for that went back into IDAPI. And it's also beneficial for the correctional center or correctional facility, and it said that these cell blocks that IDAPI takes place in are the best behaved cell blocks, and overall it has proven to lower stress levels within the institution. And lastly, how to get involved. First of all, donations, because they solely depend on donations to keep it going. And second, pet adoptions, because the dogs, after they go through the programs, they still need to be adopted. And so on the website, there's actually specific forms you can fill out to try and adopt one of the IDAPI dogs. And if you wanted to find out any other way to call that number or visit the website specifically for IDAPI.
Cool. So to end, I'd like to leave you with some concluding thoughts. So first off, the Idaho Humane Society basically is there to help animals. That is the entire goal of it. That is the gist of what the entire organization is about. It gives the animals a place to stay. It gives them food to eat. It looks for a potential home for those animals where they can live permanently in a nice, happy family and go about their day. There are great programs, obviously associated with the Idaho Humane Society, such as IDAPI, which Nicole just talked about. The dogs that don't get adopted due to behavior issues end up going into this program, and they have an 100% adoption rate out of this program. So all these dogs that may not have a home before now have a home. It's a great organization because of things like the IDAPI program and the great adoption rates that Elise mentioned, but there's still much to be done. As of last night, the amount of animals that the Idaho Humane Society alone has saved this year is 7,935, but when you compare this number to stats such as like 5 million dogs are incarcerated or are put into shelters every year, that number is minuscule. They really need help to up this number, save as many animals as they possibly can. According to OxfordPets.org, 3 million animals suffer from cruelty, neglect, and abuse every year. These animals are the ones that end up going into shelters, those and animals that run away, that are stray. And currently, the problem in Idaho is one of the worst. Idaho is one of 3 states in the nation that doesn't have animal cruelty laws that lead to a felony. So everywhere else in the nation except for North Dakota and South Dakota, if you abuse an animal more than once, it's a felony. You go straight to jail. Not in Idaho. We don't have laws like that. It's not as big of an issue here with the government, but the necessity is still there to protect these animals. Ways to get involved is really simple. It's as low as $20 a day or $20 to adopt a dog, or $10 for a cat, depending on which cat or dog you decide to adopt. If you can't adopt a dog, obviously, then you can donate that money and it will go to helping these dogs get adopted. So finally, we'd like to leave you with some contact information so that you can go get involved. The address for the Idaho Humane Society is right there. It's about a 2-minute drive from the airport, to give you a little perspective on where it is. The phone number, so you can go get involved, and then the email and website.
There's also contact information on the little booklets too.
Does anybody have any questions? Yes?
Do they put animals down?
I don't think so, no.
I think they put cats down. Yeah.
Any other questions?
I was wondering if you lost your dog and it went to the Humane Society and it wasn't neutered, would they neuter it before they gave it back to you?
No, they give it 2 weeks for you to claim your dog, and after that, then they would start the process of neutering it and getting it ready for adoption. So they won't, for 2 weeks, they won't do anything to your pet, hoping that someone will come and claim it, but after 2 weeks, the pet basically becomes theirs, and now they're looking for a new place to send it.
And I know that the Humane Society also offers like things for people who can't afford it, like neutering. Like they'll give you a very discounted cost so you can get your dog or cat.
Any other final questions?
All right, good job.